After conducting interviews with an incumbent server, a supervisor manager, and researching the jobs on sites such as ONET, we were able to determine what were the essential tasks of the job and what knowledge, skills, and abilities were necessary to complete those tasks successfully. Guest interaction, food service, and guest prep or restaurant readiness are essential job functions in which the KSAOs were also based on the job, not protected characteristics.
Jasmine is the hiring manager at the local Ruby Tuesdays. They recently experienced reneging when 2 of their top waiters left to go work at Fridays. Ruby Tuesdays has a reactive staffing approach, so now Jasmine had 2 open positions to be filled. There were 4 potential candidates for the 2 open positions. Jasmine sat down with them for a structured interview.
When interviewing someone for the position, it is important to assess the right parts of the candidates. Therefore, a structured interview is more helpful. A structured interview has prepared questions that relate to the job, in which objective answers can be placed on reliable and valid scoring key to avoid inter-rater errors or like-me biases from occurring.
A situational question asks a candidate about a hypothetical situation that is relevant to the job.
How would you handle a guest who was dissatisfied with their meal?
I only eat organically, and I really don't even eat at Ruby Tuesday, so I would totally understand if they were unsatisfied with their meal. I would bring over their check as quickly as possible so that they could get in and out.
Okay, and do you have any more questions for us?
How strict is your dress code? Because I really like to wear pink on Wednesdays.
It's strictly black.
Caitlin scored low on her situational response. Her answer was very similar to the 1-point answer on the scoring key, in which she showed little engagement with the customer and little consideration for the restaurant as a business.
How would you handle a guest that was dissatisfied with their meal?
Well, I would immediately sincerely apologize to the guest for their dissatisfaction. I would ask if there was anything I could do personally to improve their experience. I would make a recommendation for another meal that I know that a lot of guests do enjoy.
Okay.
At that point, I would ask the rest of their group if any of them had any issues. That way, I would get it all handled at once. I would then go immediately get my manager and fully explain the situation to them. That way they can then step in and offer any compensation necessary.
Gabby, on the other hand, scored very high on the scoring key because she got the restaurant manager involved, made a recommendation for something most people enjoy at the restaurant, pushed for as many accommodations as possible, and contributed to the guests having an overall better dining experience.
A behavioral question asks a candidate how they have behaved in previous situations. These tend to be more valid because it shows how a person actually has acted in the past to predict future behavior. Our restaurant tends to get really busy. Tell me about a time when you had a lot of things to do and you had to prioritize them.
Well, before I got fired, I used to work as a waitress in another restaurant, and I usually get busy on Friday night. Since it's really busy, I can just make sure the foods come out from the kitchen and get on the table as quick as possible. I couldn't care too much about quality of service, and I will definitely focus more on those customers who seem kind and generous and would tip me more.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, thank you. Lindsay gave a bad answer because she showed little ability to prioritize and organize her tasks in an efficient and productive manner. The restaurant industry is very fast-paced, in which getting stressed will not help her do her job. Our restaurant tends to get really busy. Tell me about a time when you had many things to do and you had to prioritize them.
I was thrown into a situation on a Black Friday where I was forced to work a double shift. We were understaffed that night, so I had 8 tables. I took a step back, realized I was overwhelmed. I needed to analyze the situation and prioritize. Therefore, I saw what tables had come in first, went to them, made my face, showed my face, got their drink orders placed, food orders. Once the food came out, I had my food runners, if I couldn't personally do it, I had runners come and assist me with that. We're bringing the food out to provide obviously the top quality and service that I possibly could, and just make that person's experience as best as it can be.
Great.
Billy, on the other hand, showed his competence in his ability to remain calm in stressful situations, his ability to conduct a needs assessment to prioritize which tasks need to be done first, and his ability to manage time between short and longer tasks.
It is important to note that while Jasmine's structured interviews are the only thing represented in this video, other assessments were used to evaluate all 4 candidates using the whole person approach to help reduce the chance of selection errors. After scoring the applicants, Jasmine extended offers to Gabby and Billy. While Lindsay and Caitlin did not receive job offers, Jasmine made sure to call them and thank them for their interest in the job to help prevent any negative spillover effects from them.